All right, guys, welcome back. Sorry, that was super. It took me like I don't know about like 40 minutes to get Streamlabs to cooperate. It was not. It was not fun. We did not have a good time.
Blech.
But we got it. We got it figured out. So uh, last time on Stars of the Sovereignty, you guys were diving into the Temple of the World Builder and came across some specters, some shades, but then you also came across a head priest that for somehow was still alive, and you guys had learned that he had been surviving all this time at the heart of this aether drain, this aether vortex, by sucking out the memories in the library. You also negotiated your way out of that fight with a certain party member that decided to don the apparel of the priests and guilt trip him into, into feeling bad. So bad that he felt so guilty he just killed over. Um, so you guys had essentially barred the doors and hold in for the night because you guys have been traveling for quite a while. I'd say at the when you guys first started this long rest, it was like probably about a day and a half equivalent to the last time you guys had a long rest. Um, so with that being said, we're actually going. I don't know why Tsunori. I don't know why you're all the way up there. Tsunori, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Getting right into it.
It's already
We're getting
poisoned.
right into it.
Oh, I thought that was a nat one for a second. It's Constitution. That's a 8.
All right. Hold on. Was it 8? Roll a 8 on me, Chris. You're supposed to be better than that.
I think my D&D character is reflecting my IRL person.
Um. All right. So you in all of your you're a veteran. You're not a stranger to torment. You're not a stranger to turbulations of the mind. You're also not a stranger to sleeping. And you, at this point, have no idea how much time has passed since you went to sleep. But the dream is occurring again, and once again, just slight things are different. Roll me a wisdom check real quick. Let me see how much you see.
Apparently too tired. That is a not much. Wisdom. It was a 9 total.
All right, so once again, you still get the feeling that the dream keeps shifting, and it's escalating in its nature. It's escalating in its severity, and you find yourself engulfed in the flames that are taking over the house, with a shadow figure looming over you, screaming at you. And at that point, your dream blurs into reality. The prime minister is shaking you awake, and he's very immediately you can tell he is concerned about your well-being. Like he is, he's just Zunori. Like he's pretty much like he's really trying to shake you out of it.
I uh, I wake up and I reach for my sword, like ready to gank him. But I realize it's the Prime Minister. I'm like, oh, was I making a scene?
The Prime Minister looks over at everyone else who is still sleeping
Oh,
soundly,
I'm
and
asleep.
he's like, "You were about to." He's like, "You were stirring and you're sweating profusely."
Hmm. I think this dream I'm having is getting worse. So I can't make too sense of it.
He sits down right next to you, and just kind of leans back on the same shelf the it's right next to you, and he's like, "Well, we got all night."
Mm, where to begin? I think it all starts from the war. And I kind of remember the moment that I didn't want to be a part of the war anymore, when innocents were starting to be taken for no apparent reason other than just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then it got even worse because uh, we we were sent into an area that needed to be purged, and one of our unit tried to break into a house to do a sweep, and as soon as the door opened, there was a child. Us thinking nothing of it, we went to do the sweep, and before we realized, we knew that the child had a weapon. They had a sword, and they just ran this private through without a second thought. It was a lucky shot, hit him through the guts and pierced his heart and came out the top of his shoulder. It was a scene. And one of the other unit, a sergeant, at the side of this, we were all upset at the moment in time, but at that moment in time, a sergeant that we had in our unit lost their mind in the moment, and the image in my head. He struck the child down with a maul. It was quick, it was swift, and it was bloody. And that solidified my resolve. I had enough. It's lucky for my place in, I guess you would say, society, because I would have had, not only would I've had not a dishonorable discharge, I would have been a deserter because I quite literally walked away from the battlefield. Just walked. I walked for days. I didn't eat. I didn't sleep. I didn't drink. I just walked. I had enough. I had enough of it all. But I just remember just always being haunted by a dark amber haze, burning houses and children's lives being taken, and then I was, because of my father and because of my grandfather, instead of being completely obliterated by my contingent, they decided to ship me out here. and disappear for a while. So, and that's where I met the love of my life. And then we made 3 more loves of our lives. And every time I look at my children from afar, I realize what was taken that day in that village. And I've, I've been having a dream recently that keeps reoccurring that my wife's family's home is being burnt to the ground and somebody's done it. And I can't see who it is, but it's horrific. It reminds me of all too much. And I just can't shake it. I can't shake it. I'm getting quite worried. If I had my bird here, I'd send word to them to see how they fare because I'm in all sorts about it, sir.
He's gonna take it in. He's gonna ask. And your wife, she's E21.
Yes. Yes, sir.
She was the name you were calling out.
Mm.
That does make sense. But you said this has been going on for you've been having this dream every night.
Thereabouts. For the last week, I think.
The only he's like, you know what? Soldier, soldier to soldier. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. You know, we've all been hearing the rumors coming out from that side. He's like, once we take care of this, I'm gonna see to that on the way back. But the only time I've heard of reoccurring dreams is when someone is in connection with a seer.
Seer.
Now, wouldn't it be surprising, given you guys just walked through the forest, but why you're having this particular reoccurring dream about something so personal? The ladies of the forest would not follow you out here to torment you. Something else is going on.
Well, that makes it more pressing that I need to know how my family is. Because honestly, they better not be trying to torture me with these images. I've had enough.
Yeah, he's gonna take a moment. He's like, no one can blame you. He's like, I can't even pretend to know what you're going through right now. He's like, but being done with the war, I was done with war long before I was asked to become Prime Minister.
And your reasons?
I'm trying not to cry on Izunori. Shit.
Okay.
I was one of the best. I was one of the best for bringing up the young ones. I was one of the best for making sure that orders got met. But back in those days, there was no war. There was no tribulation between villages. There was no marauders, no rebels, no mass exoduses. It's like back then everything was functional. Everyone contributed, lived peacefully with one another. And in one night, my general came to me and said, "It's time." I didn't know what it was time for, but I got ready. Then I saw the direction we were going in, and I bolted. I ran ahead. And I realized the town we were supposed to neutralize was the one with the loves of my life. My wife and my daughter. And I couldn't make it in time. And to add insult to injury, my general walked in and assumed that I had done the deed and honored me for it later. I had no intention of ever returning to service. But everyone, when the realm split and the treaty was signed, everyone demanded that I step up.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have anything left anyway, so least I could do, I suppose.
I feel for you, sir. Losing my family would. I don't know what that would do to me. So, if I could be so rude to say, you're kind of the perfect man for the job. You should have been dragged in kicking and screaming. You should have had loss. Because then you actually understand the plight of people.
It's like I do my best for the people here. The High King frequently tries to impose, and there's only so much I will allow him to get away with without saying over my dead body.
I don't hear nice things about this High King, and I'm starting to develop my own picture about this. And I don't like it.
Mel? Dad, pay attention to me.
Just to go outside.
Repeat your question real quick. The first part, because you said you're starting to develop your own picture, but I thought you were leading up to a question.
Yeah, I was actually. What is his problem? What is his ultimate gain? What doesn't seem to me like he's running a kingdom. It seems to me like he's exploiting a kingdom.
The only thing he values is his wishes. He doesn't care about money or valuables. He doesn't care about how many people are living where, about the trade, about the quality of life. As long as when he gives an order, it is honored.
Hmm. Sorry.
You never apologize for the kitty. For the meow meow.
Silly cat. Why? Why has he been allowed to reign for so long? Was he once a good person? Or has it always been like this?
He was like a brother to me once.
Hmm.
Back in the
Did you
kingdom
fight?
of Ariel, back in the kingdom of Ariel, it was common practice that a soldier be bonded with the next of kin, the next lineage for the crown. And I was his. I was to be his servant till the day I die. To protect him, to always be there for him. And we became best friends and brothers. And before he finished his studies to be able to take over the kingdom from his father died. And he blamed people for it. And he became king before he was ready.
Was that the only place that he seemed like he changed, or was there a specific event in history that really made him really change? So
please forgive me if I do not wish to burden you with knowledge that would put you in danger. Now, there was a specific event. And it was the same night that I lost my family. In my eyes, at that is the moment he was no longer the same. And I was not the only one to think that. As 50 years later was the Civil War.
This is all drawing a giant web.
It's like, indeed. And he's like, and I am cursed with first-hand knowledge. Meanwhile, you're being stalked by a seer.
I wonder what the reasoning is for all of this. What is the center of this web? What is the spider?
I guess we're just going to have to find out ourselves, aren't we? It's going to be like, whatever comes out of this, you can come see me for anything, Zunori.
I appreciate it, sir.
It's be like, well,
as I will for you.
And I appreciate that. He's like, if ever you get a house in the hills, be expecting me to moonlight vacation. He's gonna be like, I suppose it would be time to start rousing the others. And he's gonna get up and he's gonna start shuffling things around, and he's actually gonna start pulling out a set of rations for everyone, and including hot bean juice. But with that being said, Zunori, you are once again at roll with disadvantage.
Sleep deprivation's a bitch.
All right. I will leave it up to you how you want to wake everyone else.
In light of everything I've just heard and spoken of, I'll walk over to Moshi. Generally, I'd give him a good roughen up, but I'll just gently put my hand on their shoulder, give them a tiny little shake, and then give them a brush over their head like you pat a cat. So it's time to wake up, buddy. And then I'll gently wake everybody.
And that's how you wake Moshi. Okay.
Yeah, gently. Feeling soft today. Morning. And I'll walk over to Avanya and Sorn and gently wake them both up. And then I'll
Sword
walk over to
shoots
Aya.
up. Like a gasoline fire. Immediately.
Ready.
And I'll walk over to Aya and just like tickle the wings. Like just
That's a little personal, don't you think? You're touching people's wings. Rude.
She got a point.
used to me.
Friendly.
I'll say I think it's time for us to move on.
Yep, and you all get the benefits of a long rest. And Zunori gets the benefits of a long rest, just with disadvantage on all of his skill checks. For the next game.
Stretching.
Oh, yeah,
Vanya
yep,
does
we
a
got a
big
stretch.
old stretch. Oh, what a fitting way to do our stretches, because I just woke up.
Twitch
Candy
chat.
stretches.
The last comment. That's Nori.
Damn. Yeah.
And that is
Nori's
advice.
a player.
That is advice from beyond the grave. Okay, this is. Wait, who forgot to close the Ouija board?
No, I'm pretty sure Bo has just been like wandering around since the last time we forgot to close it.
He's like, no, don't put me back in the lamp.
Oh, he's not going back ever.
But all right.
Time to go already.
Yeah.
I'll summon my long sword and just have it at my side.
My plant survive? The one I put in the cauldron.
Say what?
I had planted a plant in the cauldron out of my bag.
Oh, yeah.
Did that live?
Did that live?
Well, I mean,
I'm
other
ju-
side of
it's-
the island is fine.
It's just
This
the way
side
that you
of the
said it.
island
It was
wasn't.
Roll for plant.
For playing this.
She doesn't need to roll because it is very obvious that the moment she stepped away from it, it turned to ash.
Cool.
Not my baby.
Sacrifice the baby.
Great.
Well, who wants to lead the way?
Wait, we have you guys, we have hot bean juice. We gotta partake in hot bean juice.
Oh, she's already has it, man.
Soren is not concerned with the needs of non-elementals.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Soren. Some of us
man.
need more of a wake up, okay?
I'm just saying that, I just completely forgot that y'all eat. So
Yeah.
Soren just entered his terrible twos. Selfish.
careful,
Soren's
I'm gonna
not
start
cursed
learning
with-
what Y means.
Perfect. I cannot wait for that.
Soren is not concerned with the machinations of flesh.
I know. That's what I
You
thought
need
when
to
I...
survive.
You said that.
That
I
is
was like,
fucking
oh.
metal.
You.
Put that on my card. The machinations of flesh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's cool.
What did you give me before anyway?
I
for
haven't given
yours?
you anything actually.
Oh, well then give me that.
Oh.
Yeah, type that
There we
in for me,
go.
please.
Oh, Tish got it.
Okay, hold on. I'm putting that in your whisper because that's where I'm keeping track.
Yeah, I was about to.
Guys, I swear. Swear. Oh.
Okay.
All right, so
While they're eating, I'm gonna start looking around the it's a library, yeah.
Mhm.
Library, and see if there's any books that don't fall apart when I touch them.
Are you going to touch every book until you find one?
Okay, I'm gonna walk around.
Can't you detect magic and shit?
I can't, I'm gonna look for any books that may have enough aether left in them to not fall apart. So like my eyes flash, I'll detect magic, and I'll look around.
Roll
Enough
investigation.
That's good. 22.
Spicy.
All right. Take a brief jaunt around the library, and a lot of the residual aether that you were seeing the previous night, after the fight with the head honcho. Oh, he had a name, didn't he? He had a name.
It started with a U. Wait a minute.
Undius. It was Undius.
Undius.
A lot
Undius
of
the Undone.
that residual energy has simmered down some. So now you're actually seeing less residual energy than you did before. However, the book that he had with him, that is still strong and intact.
Well, that's in my bag. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's also blank because we cannot read it at this point.
We cannot read it because it's blank.
Soren's just not having any luck with books. He's got one book with nothing on it, and one book he can't open.
One I can't open, and yeah, it's almost like I just recently learned how to read, and now the books don't want me to read them.
Is learning too much too fast.
He's
Sorry.
getting too
Growing
smart.
The in
All right,
denial
I'll go back
parents.
and I'll join the rest of the group. I'll just go sit down.
All right.
I have a question. When you say that we're eating rations, are we eating our own, or did
These
our Prime
rat.
Minister bring extra for everyone?
Good question. These are actually the ones that the Prime Minister brought with him for you guys. Or well, yeah, for you guys. They're almost. So each of these ones are actually a single. At first it almost looks like a loaf of bread. You know, it almost looks like a little baguette. But they are filled with a variety of meat and eggs and a couple of extra little vegetables and some cheeses. So they're essentially like Hot Pockets. Little breakfast Hot Pockets.
D&D Hot Pockets.
Don't judge me. I have my cravings, okay? But with how the bread casing is, it makes it very efficient for travel. Pretty much have all in one.
Bean buns. What? I feel like I was gonna ask
Taiyaki!
something. That's the one.
I want some taiyaki now. Damn it.
Taiyaki? We're gonna have taiyaki?
Yeah, I want taiyaki.
Oh, I want some too.
We still haven't found is it Pegavold? God, my brain's
Pegavero,
gone.
no, you guys have still
Pegavero.
not reached the world builder.
We're not there yet.
Where we're headed.
All right. Okay. Zenori will strap up the last of his armor and say, "Well, are we ready to do this?"
I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah, sure.
It's ironic that the shadow Naniel is ready to get out of a cave.
Yeah, I'm used to being out of my. I've been out of my element for so long that I'm not used to being in it. I'm gonna also pull my shield from my back, or like from the strap on my
This would be
satchel.
good for
So
you.
I'll have my shield
Growth
and my
happens outside
long sword out.
your comfort zone.
Hey, there we go. It's time for me to grow more. And I'll start heading towards, I guess, the other side of the library.
All right, so you are. Hold on.
I'm gonna hop back in Vanya's head.
Okay.
Shields are +2 to AC, right?
Say what?
Shields
Can't
are
remember.
+2 to your AC, right?
Correct. All right.
Yes, by 2.
All right. So the marching order is you, Sorn, followed by.
I'll be at the back of the group.
Maybe at the back. Well, you're gonna
I'll
have to
be-
fight the prime minister for it.
Well, you know, within reason.
Sir, after you.
I'll go next, I guess. I don't care.
I'll go after Moshi, and A will be with me.
So
In your
me,
hood.
Moshi, Ivania, and it's up in the air between the last two.
All right. So.
While they're walking, I'm gonna attempt to harden flowers, and I'm gonna put some in Vanya's hair.
Oh. You don't need to roll for that. At this point, you know how to refresh flowers pretty easily, and
Well,
It's
I'm doing two
Vanya.
different things. Yeah. I'm not concerned about the ones in Vanya's hair, but I'm trying to harden them. So, like, because flowers are soft.
oh,
That one I figure I have to roll for.
yes, yeah, actually, yeah. But sorry, I thought you were doing it the other way around. Yes, please roll Arcana.
That's not the right die. $22.
All right, so. Oh, okay. So, these past couple of days, you have been trying so hard. You know what? Roll me some insight really quick before I keep going.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
21.
All right. So you have been trying so hard to regenerate life. Like these past couple of days, you've been refreshing flowers, you've been growing flowers, you've been growing trees. Like you've been doing so much in the aspect of helping nourish things and grow them and revive them, that to sap, in order to harden them, you had to sap it of its moisture and some of its aether. And that felt peculiar for you. Just energy going a different direction. I'll just leave that little bug there for you. But all right, so the Prime Minister had cleared out the one of the bookcases that he had just kind of shoved in the way of the door. The door opened without issue. So the door did not try to pick a fight with you because you opened it. But go ahead and roll perception for me real quick.
Oh, nat 20.
Nice.
Stepping into the hallway, what the hell is that? Hold on. Oh. Set it Stepping into the hallway, you are immediately greeted by a room on the left that is fully open. And yeah, some of the bookcases continue, but at the same time, it looks a little bit more like a living area. You also see down the hallway there is two more obvious either doorways or continuations of hallways, but you also see along the wall there is a number of different murals carved into the walls, and these are, you know, you're not looking too terribly hard at them at this point, but they continue the same theme that the rest of the temple has been pretty privy on. But one of the murals just read to you as a little bit off, and it's about halfway down the hallway and to the left. And upon your Nat 20 glory inspection, one of these is not like the other for a reason.
Okay. I'm gonna kneel down and kind of like motion everyone to stay back for a second with my shield, and I'm gonna place my hand on the ground, and since I don't see anything that will instantly zap them this time, I'm gonna cast Flock of Familiars again. So my little shadow buddies kind of
Shadow buddies.
from my arm and into the cracks in the stone, and I'll send two of them up and one down.
All right. They continue down a hallway that was clearly intended to be more like a storage room or storage hallway, and the murals along the wall, through their eyes, you're able to tell were put in after the fact. Roll me an investigation.
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
Dice had their Wheaties this
Oh
morning.
my god! I've never rolled two Nat 20s in a row, I don't
He's
think.
seen the dunce cap. He knows. He knows what
I
will
did it.
happen.
I did my ritual. There's one sitting. It rolled a 3, so it's sitting here with the dunce cap on.
You
The
put
threat
the
is there.
fear of the dice gods in them. Oh my god. So your little buddies, your familiars definitely inherited your curiosity. And they are scouring this room. But they are also scouring it very gently, as one of them went to go touch, just like it seemed like a little statuette, a little figurine that was kind of sitting in the middle of the floor, and that, essentially caved and shattered into ash. But from their point of view, as they're rolling around the floor, there's about a half a dozen or so large chests. And a couple of these chests are cracked open, and you see glints of metal in them and jewels. And you also see an assortment of what appear to be untouched memory modules.
Okay. I can see through their eyes, and they're part of me. So, and I have detect magic up.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look void of magic, like all the gems and the gold and stuff like that, or the pieces of metal?
They are just like everything else. They are nearly completely devoid of aether, so you can't tell if something is supposed to be magical or not. But in the room, that makes it all the more obvious that the memory talismans are intact and untouched by the priest.
Mm-hmm. And is that up or is that down in the on the
there's
map?
a couple that have fallen to the floor. There appears to be a partial cave in the room, and that seems to have knocked down a good number of them. But a number of the memory trinkets are still up on those shelves and pedestal.
I just meant like what I'm seeing, is that down on the map or is that up? I'm like looking at the stream.
Oh,
and
it'll be on the north end.
north. Okay. Um, I'll call out. I think I found a treasure room, but I don't think we want to mess with it right now.
Don't
If-
want to
if we
mess
can
with it
avoid it.
right now.
No treasure?
I get the feeling it'll fall apart, just like everything else here, if we touch it.
Fool's gold, you say?
What did my guy that went down see?
Once again, various objects and trinkets, and some seems to be like offerings that were left, but nothing else in particular. That the rest, it reflects the same as everything else. In the same
Okay.
state.
Then, I'll leave him down there. Does somebody want to go and check that room to the south?
Oh, you mean the room to the south, or
Yes.
wait. Oh,
The room to the south,
Sorry,
yes.
I thought you meant the south side of that room. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you put him in a completely different. You sent one of your guys off into the wilderness alone.
I sent two of them up, like up on the map, like north, and I sent one south down into the room that was on our left when we exited the library.
Gotcha. Yeah, the one to the south. He's not able to cross the water, but from what he can see, where he is currently at, it seems to be almost like a little little study area in the distance.
Okay, and I'm sorry. So where did I see the chests and stuff then?
Through the pseudo wall.
Okay. So I sent one through there, and then
Yep.
all right. I'll I'm gonna take my short sword and just carve an X into the part of the wall that I saw through,
Okay.
and I guess I'll head south.
And what do you guys want to do?
I just noticed that we're still kind of leaving the library, and my character's quite close to a bookcase. Could I investigate, like, look at the books, not touch them, just look at them and see if there's any of the titles that pique my interest?
I'm gonna need you to make two rolls:
Okay.
investigation and history.
Okay. And they're both at disadvantage, yeah?
Yes.
Two. Yeah, they're both crap. they're they're all it was like a 12 and a 12 and a history 10. It was bad. It was bad.
So, what you can tell one thing for sure. You can tell one thing for sure, that a lot of these books predate quite a bit that you've seen, and there's a couple that kind of remind you of the restricted section in the Chenogao Library. But also because of that, there's not really many identifying markers on the outside of a lot of them.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to take the chance. I am going to pick a book at random and pump some aether into it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Can you do that?
We're gonna find
He's
out,
gonna
kids.
try.
For just to clarify, the room in front of Sorn, is that the jewel room?
Yep,
Yes,
that's the treasure
that's
room.
the.
And
It's
then the
behind a mural.
one to the just to my left. Do we clarify what that is yet or no?
No, we haven't.
Not
Okay,
yet.
so we just went up there and now. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you can see it a little bit better. Okay.
The map, it's moving.
Oh no, moved too much. Hold on. There we go. I'm gonna need you to roll me just an Arcana.
Come on, give me 2 nat 20s.
Do it! Do it! Do it!
Nah.
No dice.
Aw,
LOL.
Nah.
so no
It's
dice.
Oh,
what is that? Oh, it's an 8. What is with these 8s, man?
So, you do pick a book at random. Knowing the risk, you didn't pick one of the ones that piqued your interest most. You just kind of picked one on the offhands. Yeah, that maybe it would be like someone's cookbook or something, as opposed to a history book. Although that's a matter of perspective in terms of
I would love
value.
that.
Now that I say that. But you do try to pump a little bit of aether into it, and you are able to slide it out successfully. But when you go to open it, that's when the pages fall apart and start to crumble.
Ah, shit. Didn't put enough juice into it.
Prime Minister just gonna put a hand on your shoulder, and he was like, damn good shot though.
Thought maybe we could find some history here. Lost history, anyway. But
He's like,
alas,
of that I have no doubt, but I presume we're not going to be able to find out until we fix this.
I'll put what's left of the book back on the shelf.
What do you guys want to do?
I want to go check out that area to the left.
Yeah, that looks like a pretty interesting place. Is that actual river or no?
It does look like water.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going into that deep, dark hole.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on my little buddy who couldn't cross the water.
Roll insight.
Oh
It's toxic
my gosh, I'm rolling so good. 21.
All right, so your there he is. Your little buddy, you find out your little buddy was actually just scared of the water. It's not that the water hurt him. It's just the way this is a slow running stream, like almost like a creek, but it's just the fact that it's running, and it's so he's in front of this big mass that just is continuously moving, and he doesn't know what to do.
I'll reach down my hand and I'll let him climb up my arm and sit on my shoulder.
And you guys hear an audible little tiny little ethereal squeak. Little content squeak as he sits down. But yes, there does appear to be water coming from an unknown source, and also a fissure at that side of the room where the water is falling into.
So you said it's just like a creek. It's like a little bit of water.
Yeah, just a little,
Not
just
much. Okay.
like an inch or two.
Wants to take the lead. You want me to go first?
I mean,
Lead or leap?
That is a huge hole, right?
To the right, yeah. It's the
Oh, roll perception, Soren. Actually,
Oh,
you
yes.
ye of
again.
shadows.
Oh my gosh!
Wait, am I rolling or are you?
Perception
No.
19.
Okay.
Going
Oh.
crazy right now.
You, the one that is one with the shadows. When you glanced at the hole, when you glanced at the fissure, it looks exactly like that. It doesn't appear to be any second floor underneath it. It just appears that in whatever cave in or seismic activity happened had created this hole.
Oh, it's a sinkhole. It's like when the roads like there's the water buildup underneath the road and then it all just caves in at once. Ooh,
Exactly. Yep.
that creeps me out.
do we try to look inside, or is it just so damn dark that?
I'll
You
go
have
and
dark vision.
I'll
I
like
mean,
look,
I
I'll
also
look
turn
down that
into a
way.
torch. Dark is not really an issue for us. I'm just gonna
Who
like
wants
I
to
can
look in
float
the-
above the hole. I can actually float in the
Yeah, I
hole.
was gonna say I can just
Like-
fly in and be like, "Hey, there's nothing here."
Aya, do you want to investigate?
Yes.
Roll an investigation.
Meanwhile, can I go on the other side of the room and see what's over there?
18.
Alright, yes, you may. Moshi, you also roll investigation.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, doing
So-
rogue stuff.
Amberly, after about 50 feet, the fissure starts coming to a crack. The water's pooling up at the bottom. You can't discern that there's really anything of value, or really, it's not really going anywhere. It just seems to have been a natural fissure and it didn't expose anything.
Got it.
I got a 23.
Oh my goodness. Maybe I should have
Not
given you
natural.
guys the disadvantage today, not Nori. Shoot.
I don't need it. I'm my own worst enemy.
Nori the tired. Alright. Moshi, you do cross the hold on. There we go. There we go. There is a rock that's about like 4 or 5 feet tall. It does seem to be, relatively flat on the surface, and with reflexes like a cat, with super ease, you are able to bound over it and over the river. As you're standing over it, you start to take in just how frail the temple is. Just with whatever occurred before, you're seeing, lots of cracks, lots of cave-ins and rocks falling, and how you're standing on a part of the ceiling, But as you cross the area, you see that this is more like more of a common kind of area, more of a study area. You see various amounts of parchment and scrolls and books laying everywhere. You see various materials and what appears to have once been like alchemical tests. But it does, the other thing that kind of catches your eye, or kind of piques your interest, is this area was active until it wasn't. It was definitely left in a hurry.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know.
Very interesting.
Can I look at any of the scrolls?
You
I
can
read
try.
it.
We want to try? It might break more scroll.
I'm gonna try this time.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. Do I have to roll something or?
Yeah, roll, you know what, roll a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand? Okay. Whatever, man.
While
not
Moshi
so
does that, can I try something?
What do you want to try?
I want to
It's a 23 again.
try and make a vial, like harden a flower into like a vial.
Oh, Oh.
What are
Okay.
you trying to do?
Yeah. So Moshi, there, you pick up one of the first scrolls that you see on the table,
Okay.
and you're actually able to not only pick it up but unravel it, and you see what definitely looks like some scholars' work that they are studying. Um, the various things on the table, the little alchemical experiment. But at that point, as you're trying to read it, is when it does start to crumble and crack under your paws.
No.
Okay, I'll put it down, I guess, before it gets too bad. I don't know.
I'd say well over half of it is preserved.
Okay, well. I'll just not touch anything anymore, I guess.
It's so precarious to touch things.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can see, so don't necessarily have to touch anything, I guess. But
The look no touch episode.
Which is hard with the treasure room right there.
is that like a statue? Like
Yes.
on the
Yep.
left? What is that of?
Roll history.
Don't tell me. Oh, fine. Freaking roll. Freaking history. I got 16 on that one.
All right. This one, this particular statue seems to appear to have maybe have been Undius.
Maybe have been what?
Undius, the lick that you guys fought the other week. Last week. Other session.
The who that we fought? Oh,
Undius.
the guy that I tried to dupe?
Yep.
Yeah, the high priest guy.
He was definitely in a very strange state of decay, but someone just rings a bell. You wonder. It makes you wonder.
The Lich.
Little ego there, I guess, huh? Got a statue of himself in the frickin' room.
I'm just gonna be like patting my little buddy's head.
He is cooing. He is cooing.
I need to
at
think
you.
of names.
I want to draw him.
Yes, please.
What's he look like?
I gave a pretty good, like my head canon of it in the whisper or the lounge last time. I'll
Oh,
find
you
it again
did?
real
Oh,
quick.
shoot.
Like the blob guys. Oh, here we go. From the Witch of the Waste in
Oh, yeah.
I'm copying. I'll repost it just without the hats
Okay.
and the canes and stuff and the tuxes. Just
Yeah,
like
that's
blobs.
right.
There we go. It's in the team lounge.
Oh, yeah. But, like, why not
Yes.
have a hat? Come on. Just kidding.
I'd need someone to make them hats. No.
It's true. They could be flower hats, I guess. I could make a flower hat.
Well, they have to come out of me, so I don't know if I could put the hat in my,
You just have a pocket full of, like, hats. And someone's
they,
like, why do you
equip
have...
themselves. Yeah.
Why do you have a pocket full of very tiny hats?
I summon them, they climb
Watch
up my
this.
arm, and they slip into the satchel, get their hats, and then they go.
We all, like, put on hats. before
Like
they
arming
go out.
an army.
Amberly.
I need to roll?
Yes, you do. I need you to roll both Arcana and Nature.
Okay.
Yeah, Arcana and Nature.
19 for Arcana and 23 for Nature.
Holy crap with these rolls, guys.
So
We
those are
were
two
get-
of my highest skills. I
This
have
is
plus
true.
5 of those.
This is true. I'm like, we have yet to, like, get within the, like 10 to 14 range yet. Alright, So you mimic what you did before with hardening the flowers, where you're pulling out the moisture and pulling out some of the aether in such a way that it preserves the flower in its shape. And that while the feeling just kind of brushed you a certain way, it did also give you an idea. And that was you were going to see it while you are pulling the moisture and pulling the aether out of a flower, if you can morph its shape while you're doing that. And it took both your hands and your magic, but you did manage to make a little vessel, a little jar, a little vase out of the flower.
Cool. I want to stab my hand with my hat pin.
What? Is that safe? Don't you have poison on that?
No, because I stabbed the shade and it didn't do anything to the shade. It's no longer on there. I want to fill the vial with my blood.
It didn't do anything to the shade because the shade wasn't corporeal.
It's fine.
I'll just poison myself.
You casually
I
poison
mean,
yourself.
unless somebody else has something for me to stab myself with.
Yes, I can lend you a tip of my arrow.
Perfect. I'm going to use Vanya's arrow to stab my finger.
Okay, well,
I'll stab it for you.
Yeah, there you go. I've got plenty of people in this party.
Ivania, I'm gonna need you to roll a sleight of hand.
Oh no. Why? I'm not the one doing the stabbing. Let's see here. That's a +3, so 14.
All right, so if Aya's doing this, whether or not you're gonna help, so you may be against it, but you concede because you'd rather help Aya than Aya stab herself with her poison hat pin or some stupid shit like that. You grab one of your arrow tips and hold it out, as steadily as you possibly can. One of the things that you couldn't help is Aya's itty bitty hand. She was trying to prick just her finger, but she just ended up slicing a good portion of her hand.
Oh, this will just make the process faster. We're all good. I'm going to fill the vial with my blood.
Okay, you roll medicine.
I am worried.
Why? Why are you worried? 21.
Alright. You successfully fill it with some of your blood.
Perfect.
And her blood, by the way, is a viscous pearlescent light green. Almost like light green, light blue, but it definitely has a very pearlescent, iridescent quality to it.
Interesting.
So it looks kind of like a drink, is what you're telling me.
What does a drink look like to you?
I mean, have you seen those kind of like very pretty looking shots?
Oh, where
That's
they
what
put
I'm thinking right
where they
now.
put the liquid,
Yeah, I
like
know
the
what you're
glitter
talking
in them, the edible glitter.
Yeah.
I see. I know what you mean
I was like,
now. Wait. Did Moshi come back from?
No, I'm still over there.
You're still over there. Okay.
Oh.
You see anything?
Oh, I guess I've moved.
No,
No,
I'll-
I'll maybe I'll just come back. I don't know.
No, that's okay.
Found some like study work tables, and I tried to read a scroll, and it was basically just like notes about like what they were doing over there. Some of it crumbled, so I put it down, but really it's just kind of like note taking. It's really boring. So
Weren't you mad at me for touching stuff earlier?
yeah, I was, but I'm not mad when I touch it.
Oh, okay. As long as we're
Sounds about
consistent.
right.
hypocrisy is real.
Huh. I think we've all done that, actually. I think everyone has been like,
Yeah,
don't
everyone's
touch it!
touched
And then
something.
we touch something.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Actually,
every
I don't
one of
think
us
I've
has
really
touched
all
anything
something.
yet.
Has Ivania done something like that?
No, didn't you immediately break the scroll that was sitting on the altar in the second
Oh,
room
I
we went
did,
into?
didn't I?
Yeah.
I was like, listen, I asked to be restrained when we entered the library, so I didn't touch things.
I guess we should. I mean, should we just continue on? Did you see anything interesting, Zenori?
Yeah.
Oh, you're muted.
I tried to, but not too much. No avail.
There's not much investigation we can do when everything is falling apart when we touch it.
That is true. We're lacking in
Yes.
2 senses.
I'm gonna close my eyes and try to see through the eyes of one of my other buddies that went, or the one that didn't go into the mural room, but the other one that went north.
That went north. All right. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? All right. So he started bouncing around the room. He's left temple floors. He is now on what appears to be a standard cave floor. He also ran into the same situation with the water, and this one is moving much faster. So he just kind of like paused at the edge of the water, and he hasn't really gone side to side at all. He's just kind of sitting like in the middle of the room, like mesmerized by the water. Yes, and it's your little buddy.
I'll call my other 2 little buddies back to me, and I'll start filling everyone else in. I think there's it's like the temple ends and a cave starts at the end of the hallway. But if I recall correctly, there's another set of stairs down the hallway if we go that way.
All right.
Can I fly over to Soren when we start walking?
You may.
I guess I'll lead the way again.
All right.
Did you find anything while you were over at that table, Moshi? Any information?
Not really. There's just a bunch of like experiments and notes, scholarly stuff. Looked like someone left in a hurry though. Although, like, that was probably like thousands of years ago, so.
Probably. Let's go.
All right, and as you guys are walking down the hallway, you also notice the open door to the right that reveals just like a bedroom like room. Appears to be living quarters of some sort. Do you guys want to continue on?
Yeah, sure.
And
Must be where
While we're
the
walking,
priest lived.
I'm gonna ask Soren if they can do me a couple favors.
What do you need?
Can you hold on to the vial for me? And if I give you some flowers, could you press them in one of the books that you have?
All right. I'll put the vial in my satchel, and I will open up the... What's the heaviest book I have? That I can open.
I was gonna say that the heaviest one is Grandmaster Reynos's book, but the
Okay.
one that you can open is actually the one that you got from last night.
Yeah, so I'll just open it up to the middle, and I'll hold it out for her to put the flowers in.
Thank you.
And put it back in my satchel. It's a cave.
It's a cave. Yep.
Cave of Wonders.
All right. So
So-
yes.
Especially don't touch anything.
I see what you did there. So yes, you guys do seem to enter into way more of a cave cavern type feeling. It appears that, like, it wasn't that the tunnels were unfinished, that they chose to not finish out this area. Across the room, you guys all clearly see a very large stone door, and and that's across the creek. There's a little bridge. Um, but with that being said, we are going to take a wellness break. So 10-minute wellness break, guys. We will be back at the top of the hour, and yeah, verb.
Burb.
Holy crap. Okay, so thank you, Ryan, for your support of the campaign. Subscribing for the 7th month in a row made us realize, holy crap, we've been going for 7 months.
Yeah.
And at some point, I will update the YouTube. I have all the videos on there. I just need to go through and tag them and release them back into the wild. So, but all right. So yes, we continue. You guys have entered what seems to be like the cave-like portion of the Temple of the World Builder, and across the room before you stands a rather large stone door.
Is there anything across the bridge? Like, can I see that far?
Oh yeah, that's actually what I'm talking about. Is across the essentially across the room, across that bridge. Oh, you mean like on the other side of the room?
Mm-hmm. On the other side of the bridge, just specifically.
Yeah, the door is up on an elevated landing on the other side of the bridge.
Mm-hmm. All right, I guess I'll just walk towards the bridge. Where's the water coming from?
The water seems to be flowing to the south.
Is
Still,
anybody who's doing anything?
who's
Who's going? Who's going?
I'll continue leading the way, I guess.
I'm gonna cross the bridge if no one else is gonna.
Is the water super deep?
The water itself is, from what you can tell at its deepest part, is probably about a foot or two.
All right, I'm gonna make sure the little buddies are secure on my shoulder, and I'm gonna levitate over the bridge just so I don't risk breaking it.
You guys are all able to get across the bridge, seemingly without incident. The bridge having been reinforced with some stonework underneath it. And then the wood on top of it, which was very soft to the touch, but you guys crossed without incident.
And there's nothing up on the landing but the doorway?
Nope, just cave, and it seems to be another entrance down to a room that you guys were previously in, but that is caved in.
So it's a big stone doorway. Does it have anything on it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a doorway or it's a door?
It is a door.
And is there anything like on it? Like, is it just blank or like what?
No, it is not blank. It, you guys see, just like back in the chambers, the image of a dragon carved in a mountain, and it, takes up most of the door as, this mountain range with the dragon in it, as well as numerous amounts of, like little people around it, and then you see smaller motifs lining the bottom of different animals and different settings. But the large stone door itself is probably about 15-20 feet tall by about 12 feet wide. There does not appear to be a center seam. There does not appear to be a door seam at all, other than it is the part that is carved is in the shape of a door.
Melon.
Do we seem to be getting closer to that convergence that me and the Prime Minister have been?
You guys do.
I think we're close.
Peggy!
The Prime Minister nods back at you, and he's like, "Yep, but we got. I think we have a roadblock."
Any idea how to open this, PM?
He's like, "Well, if everything was in natural order, it should have magically opened with us walking up on it." And he's gonna point to a couple of areas in the motif that were not stone, but they seem to be more crystalline. However, they are devoid of color, And he's like, these are a couple of the apparatuses that handle that mechanism.
How many are there?
On this one, there are 2.
There's 2.
Can I put magic into
I was
one of them?
gonna ask you to help me.
Magic it.
You wanna try like activating these?
Yeah.
All right, I'll get the right one, and I'll just
And I'll
place
take
my
the
hand
one.
on it and
It's like that video
focus my
game moment where
energy.
you have to like do it at the same time.
I need you
Let's
both to
go.
roll an Arcana check.
Here comes my bad roll.
Uh-oh.
What a kitty! I saw a kitty butt.
19.
Arcana,
Yeah.
Who wants
14.
to see the shark?
All right, so wow, you guys. It actually, I wonder if you guys have done this before. You guys hit X at the same time, and you were able to pump energy into the crystals, and you actually refilled them of color. And look at your face. And as you guys do that, the door kind of shudders a little bit, and dust kind of pops off of it and hops into the air for a bit. And Sorn, mixed with you guys reactivating the apparatuses or the door mechanism and your strength, you are able to push the door back, and it swings open. And Aya disintegrates as all of her energy is in the crit. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, oh,
I was like, what?
Yeah.
heart attack.
Someone
That was
actually
a
called me a
what?
bad DM that you guys weren't dead yet. I'm like, excuse
What?
you,
Excuse them. Go
right?
away.
I was like, that is so
Surprise
rude. Because I was like, yeah, we're like
That's
on
not the
episode like
point.
19 or 20.
That's not the point.
Right? Right?
Wow,
Like,
Is
I
to-
feel
is to
bad
keep
who-
us alive. Yeah.
let's just say that wasn't a
Gosh.
very long conversation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
goodbye.
A
Okay,
point
so
is
I'm
just
dead?
fine.
Kill people.
No, you're good.
No,
I
she's
was
joking.
just
Oh.
joking.
I was like
Oh.
not paying attention, then I heard I disintegrated. I was like, what?
Like, wait, hold
It was
up.
the snap. Yeah, I thought you were being legitimate. I was like, what? It's like,
Can't do it.
Terrifying.
Don't do this.
The horror.
Alright, give me a second while I set up the next spot. Un momento, por favor.
Loading screen for your next room.
No, I'm just gonna do that.
Insert random tip.
Resident Evil door animation.
I don't
Or it
play
could be
Resident Evil.
the
I don't know what you're talking
Zelda.
about.
Could be the Zelda.
I don't play that either.
Oh no.
How about Super Mario?
I don't really play that either.
You go into the pipes.
Oh, I know that sound. I know that sound.
There's that one.
D&D dungeons make me want to play Skyrim for the first time again.
Right.
Like if I could
right.
erase my memory and go.
I have a flat out obsession with Elden Ring at the moment.
Oh my gosh.
Played it.
Oh,
I haven't
my
played it
kid just got that. He hasn't
I
gotten
kind of want to
it.
try it.
So
I've been
jealous.
playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is Borderlands' version of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
They play
Nice.
bunkers and badasses.
That's
That's
cool.
funny.
That's really
Everybody
cool.
game.
But I've multi-classed after I blew up the ocean.
Nice.
And now I'm a sorcerer.
Sporcer?
Sporcer.
What?
So when you multi-class, it creates like a new class that's a merge of the names, right? So they have a berserker, but he's got lightning, so it's berserker.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
My
That's
god.
and a couple others. So I had chosen Spell Shot, which is like the mage, right?
Mhm.
And then there's one called Spore Warden, and you get a companion, and it's this butt-ass naked mushroom dude. Right? So Spore Warden and Spell Shot together make you a Sorcerer.
Amazing.
Okay.
All right.
It's
All
pretty
right.
good, honestly. I have magic glasses now that create invisible bridges. Or expose invisible bridges.
Are they the same
Glasses
color?
of true sight.
Are you able to like determine the color of the glasses too? Like your sunglasses where it's like this
No,
today I'm gonna be purple.
but I am a cat girl in pajamas that have cauldrons all over them.
Nice.
That's what I went with.
Okay, I gotta say, this looks like a boss room.
Look
this
for
is
the health packs. Are the health packs and ammo?
this looks like a Dark Souls boss room. It makes sense. We just crossed the loading screen of the smoky loading
mist.
screen.
Yeah.
The mist.
The jewels in the diamond room was like where you're supposed to gather up all your resources before you head into the boss fight. You know, it's like that your one last like health
Reprieve.
potion dump with like, level up now.
You're right. It does look like a boss room. So Sorn is going to reattach his shield to his satchel and change the longsword into the great sword.
Oh no.
Oh no! I didn't sharpen anything. Crap!
Eh, nah.
It's
Moshi
too late
just
now.
rolls his eyes. Not again.
Not like
So
this.
I should
so
have attempted
you
my next trick
all
before we got to this room.
so you all walk into the next room, and everything at this point is very dimly, naturally lit.
Naturally.
Yeah, it just seems to have ambient lighting of its own. But you guys can't quite see from, what are the sources. But the other thing you notice about this room is how absolutely large it is. You guys can't see the top. And if you peek over the edge, you can barely see a bottom. You presume the bottom's probably about 50 feet down. On one side, across the cavern, it is just solid rubble and rocks. And a single bridge opens up before you. It is the Bridge of Khazad-dûm.
Oh no!
Wait,
No.
can I glow a flower like I've done before and like drop it down the hole?
No, you guys can see the bottom. It's just it's quite a ways
Oh.
down. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the top you guys could not see.
Oh, so it just goes up endlessly, so to speak.
That
So
almost
to
feels
speak.
creepier. I
crap.
will inch towards the bridge.
I've had a dream like that. Gavin. Heck.
Oh boy, what do we
I don't know
do?
what you're talking
What
about.
do we do?
Eh?
I mean, Aya's fine. Aya could just fly over, but
Yeah.
I can levitate. I don't take fall damage.
Ah,
I'm
The
good.
two of us should be okay. The rest of you.
oh no, there's a obstacle.
Athletics check or fall down into the pit.
You guys can see of the way some of the rubble.
Way is shut.
It's climbable though, for those that need to climb, is it not?
You can certainly try.
So wait, I'm sorry. How,
I mean, I can fly over.
how far is the drop?
At the area immediately in front of you guys, it appears to be 50, 60 feet. There are definitely a few areas where it seems to be beyond 100.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, also, couldn't we just see if the Prime Minister can move him since he wants to be all powerful and shit? I mean, Just like an option.
Telekinesis.
You said that out loud. I'll like look over my shoulder at the prime minister at the back.
The prime minister
Just make eye
just
contact with him.
the prime minister just just gonna be like, little one, is that what you wish?
I mean, if you can, it'd make it easier for them and you.
What are we doing? I'm sorry.
Trying to convince him to move the rubble.
Can't we just climb over it?
You know what? Roll persuasion.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Wait a second.
Dirty 20.
We could just climb over it, but that might require some skill, and I don't think Zenori is up
Yeah.
for it right now.
Zenori is
way I'd be
very
rolling.
tired. So the prime minister kind of, he does shake his head, but then he gives you a little wink, and he actually, from where he is standing, he just straight jumps, and actually jumps the entire way to where the rubble is sat. And he pulls out from his back his massive sword, and wait, hold on. He needs to make some skill checks.
Oh
Whoa.
no! He's just gonna cleave it in half.
I mean, if he can and it works, why are you going to complain about it? It
I'm
makes
not
your life
complaining, but
easier.
damn.
So his blade starts to hum and vibrate, and Soren, this kind of makes your non-existent ears ring a bit. And with the vibration comes, like just little glitters and sparkles of his purple magic. And he essentially, golf ball swings at the rocks. And you just see rocks flying and dust, and you guys, the ground shakes as each time he impacts. But he does pave the way for you guys to cross the bridge safely.
And now we don't have to worry about Zenori falling into a pit.
Yay.
She at the afterward gives a little golf clap.
What
Okay.
is the marching order on the bridge? Do you guys want the prime
We
minister?
just want to keep it the same. Do we want him to go first?
I mean, he's
I mean,
already
he's
up
already
there.
in
I'm
front.
assuming
He's
he's
already there. I'll
staying
just.
first.
The only thing that will change, I guess, is that he's in front of me.
All right. Let me. There we go. There you guys go. All right, so. After about an hour of walking through this massive cavern, you guys finally reach the end. And the way is shut. Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm loving all the Lord of the Rings references here.
I apologize for nothing.
I was gonna say, no. Never apologize.
Gandalf pops out of nowhere. You shall not pass.
You guys just see some red light coming from between the cracks as it's walking along the hallway.
Oh no.
Soren's little familiars flee. But all right, so you guys at this point you guys can't see any of the cavern walls, any of the cavern ceiling, or any of the cavern floor. But when you guys reach this landing, you're standing in front of a massive pile of rocks. But it does appear that there are temple remains underneath them. What would you guys like to do?
And I try something insane.
Why is this not surprising?
Opening up with something insane.
the most Amberly thing to say. Yes, darling, you may try something insane.
And I take
Surprise.
some of my flowers and put them between the rocks, and then use my magic to grow them in an attempt to break the rocks into smaller bits.
Not a bad idea.
Roll
Seems
Arcana.
improbable,
Or roll
but-
nature, actually. Roll nature.
I don't know about that.
21.
So, with your flower magic and your plant magic, I'm really hoping later on that you'll make some like Venus flytrap things that'll like help us during a fight. You know?
That'd be
So-
cool.
Just so you
I
know.
mean, I can
That's what I'm
animate plants
expecting.
now. So if I can get stuff to grow and stay alive, in theory, yes, I could get plants to eat other things.
Yeah, well, that's what
If-
I'm expecting now. So, you better.
If I can make cracks big enough, I think I could get my little friends to go and check it out.
Little friends.
My
Yeah.
little guys.
I'm literally just trying to split it. Like, take my flowers, grow them into giant ass fucking plants, and split the rocks to make them tiny.
So, you approach what appears to be essentially, the front stairs, the front steps of what was once a grand temple entrance. You throw seeds in various cracks, and you set your hands on the ground, and over a couple of the seeds, and you start pumping those seeds full of growth. All of the seeds start to sprout, and it would appear that they are taking roots and they are trying to grab at the rocks. But then you guys all feel a rumble. You guys all hear a distant thunder and a groan.
Oh, please no.
The plants stop growing for a minute. Your little familiars, Soren, kind of withdraw into themselves, and you hear these little squeaks. And some of the rocks do get dislodged from around the plants. As they fall in front of you, Aya, you notice the rocks are starting to stand and stack on one another. And all of a sudden, a rocky arm reaches out and picks up one of the plants. And you guys are now standing in front of the world builder.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were about to say like roll for initiative. I was like, shit.
So, wait, it's basically like a rock giant guy?
Basically.
Yep.
Big ol' rock man. Oh, look at him.
Peggy, my man!
Wait, did you make me a little plant character because I keep using them?
I had a feeling. I had a feeling.
I love it. My little plant token is going to be named Paul.
Paul?
Go for it.
You know, oh no, never mind. Never mind.
Since we're not fighting him, I'm going to make him a flower crown and put it on top of his head.
You should name your.
Well, you don't know that yet. You guys haven't interacted with
Yeah,
him.
I'm a
right
little
now, he's
taken
just
aback.
looking at the
He
flowers.
hasn't attacked us yet. He likes the flower.
You should name your flower Peter. It means rock.
I like it.
Fine, he can be Peter. Not only that, if we're trying to avoid a fight, being nice to him and giving him a gift doesn't necessarily hurt our chances.
I will shift my great sword from my main hand to my offhand and like
Slyly, like, put it
hold
back.
it. I'm gonna basically like half sword it, just one handed, so that the tip is pointed behind me instead of towards him. And I think I'm gonna take a step back. It's me, but big.
It's you, buddy.
Sword, I want you to now roll perception.
Moshi
right.
does the like Spider-Man meme where he
Oh,
points
that
at Pegaveril and he
is
points at Sword.
You know what he looks like? You know Ghostbusters with the Michelin Man?
Oh, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
bad. 13.
You started to get a flash of something. You realized something as you looked into the aether. But then, like a dream, it disappeared as you are very enamored by this massive, hulking pile of rocks in front of you.
Ivana's gonna say something. This was not what I pictured a world builder to look like out loud.
The Prime Minister is going to respond, and he's like, that's because it's not. This is
What?
just an
What?
avatar.
What?
Oh.
Hmm.
I'm confused.
It's just an avatar.
This is how he's choosing
This
to
isn't
present
him.
himself.
Yeah.
It's not him.
He's Skyping
what's
into
the-
this shit? Come on now.
Where's the
We worked
real?
so
Where's
hard.
the real Peggy?
Where is the?
I mean, he's
I
still the
demand
real
the real
Peggy.
Peggy.
He's still the real Peggy.
Fake,
I mean-
fake news.
The physical, actual Peggy.
I mean,
not,
okay,
not-
but we read about it. They're insanely large. He probably is the mountain, and this is the way he has to talk to people. Think about it.
Why don't we just ask him?
Yeah.
I mean, we're having this conversation right in front of him. So.
Peggy, are you real?
Oh my god, he's real.
Where are you?
The,
Come out.
Oh my
What
god.
do you mean, Avatar? Moshi starts like poking him.
I need a hammer to bonk stupid people on top of the head with.
The avatar starts nodding its head, and you guys hear the crumble of rocks as the rocks are hitting one another and grinding against one another.
Are you
Do we understand what that meant?
Are you able to talk? Actually, I'll focus my aether towards him the same way I talk to the other non-elves that I've met. The purifiers, the ones at the camp.
Yeah.
Can I touch you?
And Onali.
I thought I talked to her, like actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Was
true.
that a okay?
No, that was an aether conversation because she couldn't talk back.
Okay, never
Oh,
mind. then.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the same way I've
She-
talked to the non-elves before that I've met.
So what did you want to say?
Are you able to talk to us? I'm just like kind of trying to see if he's able to communicate with us normally or if he's, I guess, too weak.
Roll insight.
Okay, 15. Wait, 14.
All right, so there's a very long pause, and everyone hears his response in the manner of it is extremely deep and gravelly, but it also echoes throughout the entire cavern that you
You
guys
should
are
just say
in.
gravelly.
I did say gravelly.
It rocks.
With full intention. And he just low rumble. He says, "I can."
I'm getting some mad, never-ending story vibes here.
So
Hold on.
I'm just gonna say that this golem is basically an Ouija board between us, so we can communicate.
Basically.
I mean, let's start here and tell him that we're here to help, since nobody's actually said that yet.
Yeah, actually, yeah. We're
As an
here.
FYI.
Vine's just
Yes.
gonna ask like, "What's going on?" Like, "Hey, man, what's going on? What's with this death
God.
and void of life stuff going on?"
Sorry, I had to knock at the door.
My manners. Hi, I'm Aya. Didn't even introduce yourself. Y'all raised in freaking barns.
Gonna
I'm pretty sure he knows who we are.
I'm
at this
sorry.
point.
I'm gonna nod and
So
still
he-
communicate through the ether. I'm
He
sworn.
Pegaveral told us what? He told us
Yes, he just said
He
yes.
can
said yes, that
communicate
what?
with us.
He can
Oh, okay.
hear us.
Oh, he can't. Okay.
And
You can
Aya,
speak.
when you introduce
Figured
yourself,
that.
you guys hear that little rumble of his voice as he's trying to pull himself together a little bit, and he says, "You give life."
Oh. I really want to hug him, but I feel like I'm way too tiny to do that.
Hug his nose.
Oh my god, yes! Can I hug his nose?
Roll
Or his
Nose
performance.
fingers?
boops. Nose boops. Mm.
19!
Okay, I feel like this is, I'm gonna cry.
I
all
love
right.
him so much. He's so cute.
So, Aya, he responds to you, and you fly up to what you think is, like his face or an approximate, like, kind of area, and you just kind of, like, try to wrap your arms around. You hear, the gravel rubbing again, but this time it's almost like it's a purr. And as you're doing that, all of the seeds that you have planted, and they're all kind of sprouting around, they start to flourish and take life, and now you have moss and flowers growing over his avatar.
Oh my
Aw.
god! I love it so much. He's so cute. I want to keep him.
You cannot keep a world builder.
He's not a world builder. He's an avatar.
An avatar of a world builder, yeah, but he's still
I don't want to leave him. Look at how cute he is. He's just the most adorable little baby. Can I
Who is
give him
also
more
like
flowers?
centuries older than all of us.
I don't care. He's the most adorable little baby, and he needs to be protected. Can I give him more flowers?
Even
Nice
though
flowers.
it's not represented here, at this point he is sitting around a bed of flowers that between the two of you guys have made a little fairy garden in a cave.
Oh my god, I love him so much. He's my friend now, and I love him. Okay, you guys can continue your conversation. I'm gonna just chill with him, and I'm going to play with the flowers.
So Ivaya just wants to get to the point here and say, so what's going on? Like, why is the land around you literally dying?
Hold on, loading, buffering. He's gonna say it hurts.
Oh.
What's
What
hurting you?
hurts?
How can we help?
I gotta speak world builder here. How do you speak world builder? Aren't we just talking about this when we started this quest?
Really slow.
After-
really-
And after he does take long pauses between words, and his words do take quite a while to come out. But he's gonna say Aether is balanced. It is supposed to be balanced. It is supposed to be stable. And it was knocked out of balance. And a vortex was created.
Well, how do we knock it back into balance?
he's gonna be like, I have been trying to stop it.
Okay, how did it get knocked out of balance in the first place?
For this, he kind of bows his head. And, you know what? Roll insight.
I feel that I'm due for a bad one. 15.
Oh, that's not so bad.
It's not so bad. Grief. Profound grief. You get hit with a profound wave of grief as the world builder relays essentially he says a word, but you guys at first don't understand the meaning, but you realize it is his word for essentially genocide.
Oh. Got it.
Yo.
But you can't undo genocide.
And he
But can I use my feather?
the when he says that, while you're thinking about what you want to do, the prime minister, he kind of steps up and he's gonna be like, this has been happening ever since. And the world builder's gonna nod and he's gonna be, as you fear. Yes. And the prime minister is just gonna take a minute. He's gonna take quite a few breaths. Before he sits down. Like, he's just gonna kneel down and, just kind of like squat down on both his knees, and he's just gonna like put his head down, and he's gonna withdraw for a minute.
Zenori will step up and say, "What do you both speak of?"
The phenoms.
The prime minister's gonna stand up, Zenori, clearly out of a lot of respect for you. He's gonna, I concur with your research. He's talking about the phenoms. The phenoms were extremely powerful beings, but not in the way that the High King would have wished. They were powerful in their bond for one another. They loved each other so profoundly that as a species, as an entire one big family, they were unmatched. But they did not choose to use that power against others. They used it for each other, and they used it for their neighbors. Not once did they ever use it to try and hurt someone. And you cannot take that much power out of the world in a single instance without consequence.
Well, shit.
I want to try and use the feather and communicate that I need to be pulled into a tree.
You said taken out of the world, not killed. So they're not dead. They're just no longer.
I mean, we already know that. I mean,
Prime
Minister doesn't, but.
No, I don't think so. Not all of them are dead. Most of them, it seems.
Are you guys saying that out loud?
I'm saying it out loud. Like, are you hinting that they're not actually dead, just not in the world right now, which is causing
Okay.
this
The
imbalance.
Prime Minister is going to turn to you, Ivania, and he's going to do his best. Like, when someone's like very, like they're on the brink of breaking down, and you see it in his eyes. His eyes are already tearing up, and he's going to be like, that was my wife and my daughter, and I saw them die. I saw their entire city burnt to the ground. I searched for years.
Ivania apologizes.
Wait,
Very
what did
deeply.
Ivania ask?
If they were survivors
Yeah.
Oh,
essentially was trying to-
survivors.
of the
Wait, so there were
genocide.
other people killed other than the Phenoms?
No.
No, he's talking
Nope,
about the phenoms.
he's talking about the phenoms.
He's
his
related
wife
to
and daughter
Phenoms?
is his wife
His
and
wife
daughter
and
were
daughter.
phenoms.
Oh.
And
Okay.
his generals said that they had to go wipe him out. That's when he was done with all the bullshit. That happened earlier today. He didn't kill them, somebody else did, and then he got rewarded for it, essentially. Honored.
He
the
was
death of
given
his
credit.
family.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The world builder kind of lets out a very loud hum, and this calms the Prime Minister down a little bit. And he just kind of, looks up at the avatar and just kind of nods and backs away a little bit. Then he's gonna. The world builder's he's actually gonna be like scratching his head. He's trying to talk. He's trying to pull words together. And Zenori, he's gonna look at you, and he's gonna be like, your ancestor is working on a solution, is he not?
As far as I know, he doesn't reveal much as to protect us.
And the Prime Minister from his mental corner, his timeout corner, for losing his temper he's gonna be like, but that's not gonna be ready for at least another 50 years.
I think the only reason it's going to take that long at all, it probably won't take that long. It's all dependent on the information. The more information we have, the better he can calculate. My grandfather's a genius. You know this.
And the Prime Minister is gonna be like, there's a reason he's been on the council for so long. And it's not just his charming personality. No.
Wait.
Soren, are you still standing back?
I've taken it out of the step that I took back. I stepped forward again.
Okay.
So I'm where I was.
When you step forward, are you actually stepping on the ground?
Yeah, I'm standing on the steps of the bridge.
Okay.
And I'll get a little closer to him.
Oh,
So
okay.
so that I'm on the platform.
You said you were on the. Okay, so you're still
Yeah,
on
on
the
the ground.
platform, or you were on the ground.
The landing thing.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. You step down onto that landing, and that landing is a little bit closer to the ground. Being distracted by everything that is going on, you realize your foot came into contact with one of these aether veins. One of these faint ether veins, as in now you're looking around, and a lot of these veins are exposed, and they go pretty far into the cavern. You guys are most definitely at the epicenter. The avatar is not the epicenter, but as the world builder talks, you're noticing it flash. However, when you touch, roll insight and history.
All right. Insight is a 17. History is a 19.
Okay. So Zunori and the Prime Minister are talking with the World Builder and trying to figure out, because Zunori's grandfather is trying to actively work on a solution that's not going to be ready for a while, and the situation is that you guys need a solution now, at least to even get by until that one is done. The you guys are in desperate need of a fix now. And so Zenora and the Prime Minister are just, essentially bouncing the ball back and forth. But as you step on that aether vein, the whole world builder is actually going to flinch, and his actual body is going to shift in the distance. You guys are going to, it almost feels like, just like a quick earthquake, and some rocks fall from the ceiling in the distance. None around you guys, but he's going to be like, you guys have a solution. He is with you.
What?
What?
I'm gonna
I
look
whispered
back at the,
you.
I'm looking back at the Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister's going to look back at you, and he's
Oh no.
and he's going to be like, the ladies told me you were special.
Pet rock.
And he's going to be like, I recognize Knights. She's so loving in her work.
My patron.
Yes. She sent you to help me, hasn't she? And
She
through
didn't
your
tell me what she sent me
insights,
for.
through your insights, when in that flash, you now know.
This is why I woke up when I did.
This is gonna be like it. He's just gonna be gravel purring.
What can I do? And I'll take another step towards the avatar.
You step onto the ground, and at that point, and even more life flourishes from around the area. Just it just ends up becoming a beautiful sight to behold. Whether it is your presence, you can't tell, or whether it is just the world builder's excitement of your presence. But either way, you coming into contact with his ground definitely made some ripples.
Yeah. Full circle, baby.
But he's gonna be like, you are help. He's gonna be like, but we need our mage. And he's gonna start going into that little brain circle again where he's trying to rack his brain.
I'm gonna look down at my great sword that I still have half sorted in my palm, and look at the runes and look at my tattoo, and can I sense Knight's presence like I have before?
Roll religion.
Oh, of course. 5.
Oh no.
Do you feel her presence as you have consistently felt it? You know, very motherly. A lot of adoration, a lot of pride, and support. But you do not seem to breach contact with her. It is that same residual energy that you've carried with you this whole time.
Then I'll ask, our mage?
And he goes, yes, he was a friend, mage friend. He visited often when the priests were here.
Oh.
What was... You don't remember his name? My light is not working. Hold on,
Sword's
actually, hold
aether
on.
is just all over the place. He's just all spazzing out.
All right, there we go. Let me turn this off now. Okay. Back to it.
He's gonna be, yes, he asked a lot of questions, but he was a friend. He was a friend like... And he kind of looks down at you, and he's like our little life giver was a friend.
Was?
Oh. Aya disintegrates.
Crush.
No.
I didn't mean I meant the person he was talking about.
Was his name Undis?
No, the guy whose journal you have, man. I'm blanking on the name right now. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yep, Nillian.
Yes, that's the one.
Nillian?
He's gonna be like, no, and not the priest either. He was a mage. He was powerful, but he was nice.
Are we talking about Kazeth?
No.
Kazeth is a mage. He experimented, but I think he was overall okay, right?
Can we find this mage?
He goes, yes, he last told me he was going back home.
Where's home?
He's gonna grumble. Let me see here. Hold on. And you do not receive a response.
No.
Sorry.
Peggy, do you remember anything?
He talked to my kind before.
Is it down?
Oh! Is it Orenos?
Oh!
You okay over there?
The other guy who I have a book from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, when you say that, his head perks up, like, and his rocks almost kind of do. Yes, that is our mage. That is our friend. He is very good to us. You will need to get him.
Yeah, what?
If you're his friend, and I'll reach into my satchel and get Orenos' book, can you open this for me?
Oh man.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, worth a shot.
I want to say this is much longer I told you so, because I said we should go talk to him before we came here. Just as an FYI. And
Ah!
I was right.
Oh no.
I think, did I want to do that too? Because,
Mm-hmm.
never mind.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
Yeah.
do too.
You're fools.
Huh.
Travel
I'm
montage.
offering him the book.
Oh, he kind of reaches out and touches it, and he goes, "Oh no, he is sneaky."
Ah!
Oh.
Figured it wouldn't be that easy.
Was that you?
Yeah, my whole house just shook from severe thunderstorms. If my internet goes out,
We know what happened. Hey,
yeah.
you got disintegrated by
Oh
lightning.
my god.
Literally. Oh no.
Yeah, no,
Um,
we've been having bad storms for a couple of days. That's the worst it's been though.
and while Soren
Gonna-
is interacting with the world builder, the prime minister is going to be digging through his satchel, and he pulls out a chest similar to what Siegza had before. And he's going to approach right beside you, Soren, and essentially open up the chest, and he's going to reveal a couple of gems inside of it that are glowing extremely brightly. They do blind you for a little bit, so you got spots in your magical vision. But
Thanks.
the prime minister is gonna hold them out and kind of set them in front of set them on the ground in front of the world builder, and he's gonna be. We will go find him, and we will bring him back. And you need this one back too? And he goes, yes, with both of them. We should be able to buy time. And he's like, okay. And he sets down the crystals. And he said, hopefully this buys you time for us to go get him. And then the crystals vibrate also at a high frequency until they go into the ground. And at this point, everything that you guys can see is covered in Aya's flowers and foliage.
Oh.
Even the bridge starts to become covered with moss. And
Is there any large plants?
No, not at this point. No.
Can I join in with? He's giving him these crystals to like give him some aether, right?
Yep.
Can I drain the magic for the day from my tattoo and my sword and expend my spell slot, my last spell slot, to assist, like give him some more.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
All right. Nat 20.
Ooh.
That is your third one.
Can I actually try and do the same thing with my tattoo? Because it connects me to higher level beings?
You may go ahead and roll Arcana. I feel like this is that scene in Dragon Ball where everyone's giving their love to Goku.
17.
I'm gonna. So you said I can.
You can.
All right. I'm going to take my. Well, I guess it is in my offhand already. Stab my greatsword into the ground, and you see the light from the tattoo and from the runes in the sword, and a little bit of the shadows dying down in sword, just into the ground.
Okay. I need an order of events.
Quick question. I know I have mycelium connection, and it takes like an hour, but is it possible to pull off the same effect with that?
If you want to drain your spell slots.
4.
Okay.
I'm a trendsetter.
You are a trendsetter.
And mine is like monkey see, monkey do. Let's go.
All right. Holy shit. All right, DM minute. Give me like. Give me. Everyone roll insight real quick. Separately.
Insight.
16.
Okay.
Ooh. This is
15.
pretty good. 20. Dirty 20. But 20.
Okay.
9.
Oof.
Disadvantage do be hidden.
It'll be too hard.
Moshi.
Hmm?
What?
What?
Insight?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. 19.
All right. The immense gift of energy for a little bit overwhelms the world builder. And you guys get a rush of even you, Zunori, not as profoundly as the rest do, but you also get an overwhelming sense of gratitude and joy, and also, the lingering sadness and pain that he's been going through. But what you guys have just done for him, it definitely feels like it means the world. The avatar before you starts to crumble. Sorn, you at this point, you know what you have to do. Like, it is, you know what you have to do. But as the avatar crumbles before you, the platform that you guys are currently on separates itself. The bridge falls before you, and the platform starts to raise. Aether starts lighting up the cavern that you guys are currently in. And while very large sections have come down and seem to be like draping almost like a fallen curtain over a lot of the areas, from between a couple of those curtains, about a mile away, like, you guys are seen pretty far right now as this platform is raising essentially into the ceiling of the cavern, and a brown with speckles of green large eye gazes back at you, and you just see plates of scales and plants that are regaining some color.
Oh, what?
And he just kind of looks at you and then closes as you guys continue to the ceiling, where now an opening has appeared up to the top side of the mountain. The platform brings you guys topside and settles down below your feet, as now you guys are on top of the mountain.
A huge dragon.
The world builder's a dragon?
A massive dragon.
Yes!
And he needed to become a rock person to talk to us? I don't think so.
Well, we just gave him a bunch of energy.
And now he's a dragon?
He's always been.
He's been a dragon.
Is that really him? He's a dragon?
I think so.
Richelle?
We think yes.
I will
Can
not
we
confirm
go
or deny
back?
any
Can we go
information.
back?
Well, with
Go
all
back.
the
What'd you say?
iconography we saw on the walls with dragons, and his eye had scales around it. I think he's a dragon.
Well, that's
Go back.
too bad.
Go ahead and someone roll perception with advantage.
I
Own it.
will. Oh no, Soren better do it because he's gotten good rolls.
I have 8+8 perception.
I'll let you.
Oh,
do it.
yeah.
You do it.
Yeah.
I was getting my dice ready. and
With
everything.
with advantage, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
advantage.
with advantage.
Are you serious? Okay.
Oh,
18.
Okay. Okay.
that's not bad.
Right.
That's fine.
So you guys are on top of, this, essentially deflated mountain, on top of that huge wave, overlooking the valley that you guys had originally come in on. And you see, as you're looking down across the valley, that this whole mountain range kind of curves around the entire valley, and you see a couple of ridges wiggle a bit as
No. No way! Yes! Oh, I'm so excited.
My man is massive.
I know. He is the land.
and also you notice flying above you guys appears to be 3 or 4 griffins.
Oh, sweet.
What?
Roll initiative. No.
I was ready. I picked it up. I was ready to go.
No.
I was like, this is a really magical moment. Now we have to fight these things.
Ruined.
No,
What
the 4 of the griffins are flying up ahead above, and then 2 are flying down around the valley. You guys can kind of see the your guys' mounts down at the bottom, but the Prime Minister gives out a very loud whistle and a puff of aether, just a little puff of smoke, and all the griffins start to fly up to you guys.
Yes!
Oh,
yes!
a Hobbit moment.
I really wanted this.
So I assume we're leaving now. Ivaya's gonna do one last thing, assuming that they're doing the right thing. It's gonna just hug the ground for a bit. Just gonna lie down.
And that is where we will bookmark the session.
Oh, man.
Ah.
Fantastic. We cleared a dungeon. Look at us.
Woo.
So
We
fancy.
made it.
All right. And thank
really
you
cool.
for that dungeon, Ryan. And yes, I had to rearrange it.
You did rearrange it. So, can I tell? Can I let everyone know where that secret room used to be?
Yeah, because there was a reason that he was like, "Are you sure there's nothing in this room? Like, is there
Well, that's-
anything
so-
I'm seeing?"
I was like, okay, she wouldn't just make the key to the room disintegrate the second we get in. So I was like, is there anything? I was like, I guess I'll look around if nobody else wants to. the room with the pews, where Aya walked in and immediately disintegrated the scroll on the altar. That was where that room used to be.
And so he's like, treasure room, I know there's a treasure room. And I'm just like, he.
So
Wait,
I said if anyone was going to be the one to find it, it wasn't going to be me. So, but I wanted to help.
Wait, so we just missed out on a whole bunch of treasure. Is what we're...
No, we ended up finding it because that's the
Yeah.
room that I found that was behind the mural. It used to be in a completely different room.
Yeah, but we didn't take any.
Well,
take
I
any
mean,
treasure.
I'm assuming we're going back at some point.
Mhm.
Eventually, so but
Like,
who
Once-
knows? It's gonna still be there.
I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be.
No one's been there for like thousands of years.
Yeah, no
I think,
priests are living there anymore, and I don't
I
think
think you
Peggy
can wait a
needs
little
it.
more. Yeah.
it would have
Fine.
disintegrated anyway.
It would have, yeah, it would have just fallen apart.
Okay.
What a dungeon.
What a dungeon indeed.
All right, so yes, let's go ahead.
Oh my
and-
god. So all those times I was yelling for Peggy. Like he was the mountain range.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
I know I'm inside you, but answer me.
That is mind blowing.
So, for the after parties, we had discussed it thoroughly last week. The after parties are now moved to Friday. We're gonna merge that with a game night. So movie nights are moved up 1 hour to 6 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Mountain, whatever. They're up 1 hour, and then after the movie night, we will go into game night. And whether we'll start and get together, and we may end up migrating to other platforms, or even in get together, we might do Rocket League or Minecraft or something like that. Yeah. Did your
We're
account
gonna
get
have a
unbanned yet?
pro with us.
I'm
Oh, is
getting
he
really
unbanned?
good.
Or a Rocket
I'm
League.
I am unbanned. I'm getting really good.
Oh my god, yeah.
But so that'll be the plan for Friday nights then. Friday nights will be movie and game nights. So with that being said, if you aren't in the server yet, get your butt in the server, and that's where we'll be. We will see y'all on Friday. So, bye!
Bye.